like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Nobody falsely in prison. Prison is for motherfucking karma. So a bitch would be in there for something they didn't do. For karma, they paying off from something shit they did. Ain't no mistakes, bitch. You right where you supposed to be.
To the remaining members, I hope you're free your mind. Life without parole, that's a mighty long time. A reason to feel bad.
There's so much that goes into it. There's so much that goes into it.
Nigga who record his own crime.
Just for example, we share 85 to 95% of our DNA with everything on this planet, right? The same genetic material, but we are different. Why? It's because the sequences are different. So, I mean, even though it's the same, it's different. You know, God is the devil, but it's different because they serve different purposes. I'm going to have to sit with that word and that question, and I can literally come back with a whole little download for you. Thank you for that. I love being able to think, I love when people bring things to me that I could build off of, you know, because I don't get that in my everyday right now, at least. Yeah, I've been on here for a little minute. I would like to debate your chief on that shootout. Debate? Why would you want to debate? That wasn't intelligent to say. Why would you want to debate? Why wouldn't you want to build? You know, that isn't intelligent at all. That was a very unintelligent statement to make. Very intelligent. Peace, peace, peace. I'm just on here chilling. Answered a few questions, played some music, got dressed, groomed, you know, ain't got too much on. Just chilling. I appreciate the follow. I mean, it could be, well, yeah. Debate and build is two different things. Like, oh, you know, this is funny. Something I learned being away from, you know, when I'm not involved or when I'm not with my frequency and I'm away from my frequency and I see how other people think and communicate. Most people don't, not personally talking about you, but a lot of people personally don't know how to think or to communicate properly. Like they are thinking, but it's unconscious thoughts. They're talking, but it's unconscious talk. People don't get, okay, there's objectivity in everything that you do. There's truth in everything that you do. And if you don't use it, it shows how intelligent you are as a person. Like, for example, two people can be talking and a person bring up an actual fact, and that person that person's talking to will respond with a personal opinion. How can you have a proper conversation if facts are being brought up and you're talking about your personal fucking opinion? It's not a proper that's not an actual intellectual conversation, because now you're having a different conversation. You're having a conversation about your opinion, your feelings, and all that. You disregard the fact when you bring up a fucking opinion. The fact has nothing to do with your opinion. Most people are like that. Oh, do you guys want to see my project? I actually finished it not too long ago. I didn't come on here and show you guys, but I'm going to get another one pretty soon because this one is finished. I'll show you this. And then I'll get out of here, guys. So I built me a personal greenhouse. Yep, build this myself one by one. Okay, I didn't paint the back. I was supposed to paint the back. I kind of made this part myself. But basically, all this stuff is made out of plywood, plastic, and paper. And I basically just had to build all the little things together. I even planted grass down here. Back. Yeah, they have a bunch of them. And I'm gonna go get more. And we can do our little talks when I'm building them. I started this one on live, but I didn't finish it on live, so right now I'm about to make my TikTok video, so yeah. Peace to the gods. I'll probably see you guys later.
I gotta get back. I gotta get back because I gotta get back before I get too of this world. For real.
You need to lock in with the curriculum. I'm telling you, if you was to lock in with the curriculum and really get full-fledged in with the 5 sciences, I'm telling you, it's a whole blueprint and it's gonna make a full 360, a whole circle, and it's all gonna make sense to you. Even when it comes to the people that's around you, because you gotta remind yourself, you're not separate from nothing that's around you at all.
Yeah.
Long as you are observing it, it's not separate from you. It's coming through your electrical. You are observing it through your electrical signals. So the people and places that's placed in your path is there for a reason. You have to know how to identify certain energies and entities. Like, for example, you've heard of generational curses, right?
Yeah.
And if you was to spell generation, it's gene rational. What's the gene rate, right? So when you look like, are you like amongst like associates, or is this family?
Nah, I'm in the middle of a place I don't even know. I'm to myself, no family, just me traveling.
Oh, okay. So
And those are the type of individuals that Leo Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Life in Prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, focuses on. The ones who don't have family, the ones who are currently lost or going through something, going through some type of transition and seeking family and something consistent in their life. So, Avere is about to get her recruit on. For those of you who do not know who Avere is, this is Jack's direct. Well, I don't know if she's still his direct, but she was at one point. Let's continue, guys. But before we continue, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button and share. Thank you guys in advance.
well, see, you got to understand how light bends and refract in your mind and why you experience certain people, because those people is going to sound a little crazy, but you got to listen. Those people are you, just a different version and a different paradigm and a different reality.
Type shit.
Literally, so you want to ask yourself, this is what's going, when you
That's
start
why I feel
thinking
like
yourself.
I'm on my.
You were saying something, go ahead.
Nah, my bad. I was about to, because I was gonna turn it to a little something different. My fault. I'll fuck around, and get talking. But
Yeah,
I guess
the
what I was about to
people,
say.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like I be around these people to set an example on just giving them a start to at least get to where the fuck you talking about. So I gotta be boots on ground around all these people that may not have it yet, just to be that example, just to do that one little thing different, like just to maybe make something click in their mind or something. They may do some little petty shit or do this or do that or be on this or think like this. And I'm like the one that's like, nah, you ain't gotta do it like that. Or nah, and I'll give motherfucker idea to change and I'll start their process type shit.
Right.
That's what I'm on. But that
You
shit, it's shit stressful doing it by yourself.
right. Right. Exactly. Well, I want to let you know that that's exactly what that is. Peace, God. That's exactly what that is.
But I'm so dead serious. Like I'm not even just saying this shit because it sound good and because I
No,
feel like
no.
this
I'm
shit's so
telling you.
serious and it's like,
I'm
damn.
telling you, that is literally what it is. It's either or. It's two different things. It's either you're there to be a broadcast to spark something within them so they can observe it, and it's you're there to help. It's either you're there to help them for them to see something within themselves, or it's the opposite. It's there for you to.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but I just want to kind of put this out there to be clear. My documentation of this cult, carbonation, aka imagination, as well as Nature Boy, it's not so much that I believe that I'm gonna help anybody who wants to join or help anyone who is currently there. That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm creating awareness. That's it, that's all. And providing my opinion. It's like how they tell you when you get on the airplane, if the oxygen mask deploy, be sure to strap your oxygen mask on before you help anyone else. That's kind of like what I'm doing. I'm providing the information, and if somebody pick up what I'm putting down, that's good. If they don't, that's fine too. Because I have never professed to be Captain Saver 304, and I never will. But I will continue to document the activities of this cult because it's still very relevant. It is still growing. And as you can see, Nature Boy has his people out here recruiting individuals who are in somewhat of a crossroads in their life. Now, let's continue.
See something within yourself that you don't see. It's either or. You feel me? Like you are placed in certain people's lives so you can challenge them to think just by you being who you are. That's a fact. But there's also other people, like for example,
But I ain't
people
trying to say it like that though.
people, what do you mean?
Like I'm not trying to say it like I'm like I know who I am, like on some entitled shit. Like this who I am. Like I set the example or some shit. Like nah, it ain't like that. Ain't really like that though.
Shit,
But I
why
know you
not?
know that.
Why not? Where I'm at?
That's what I be
No, I'm,
saying. That's
I'm
what I be
gonna
saying.
tell you what the
That's
fuck.
what I be saying.
Where I'm at reminds you. Tell me why I left, went to a whole different state, didn't know where the fuck I was at. I stayed there, was in isolation for a whole year, right? I come back. I come back to where I'm originally from, where my biological people are, right? And
Yeah.
like based on how I am and the conditioning that I'm under, like these, like they know for a fact, like it's going to be people who try to make it seem like you're wrong for being like that. But one thing about being in knowledge yourself and fucking just opening your mind is being narcissistic, bro. It ain't nobody, is you versus you all the time. People make it seem like I think I'm better than them. No, you have to say, I know I'm better than you, motherfucker. I'm here to help you. Like at this point, 4 years being in,
Yeah.
I'm letting
Yeah.
motherfuckers know. Look, you have a lower self and a higher self. I can be a version of your lower self, or I can be a version of your higher self. Now, if you come across somebody who doing low vibrational shit, you are their higher self. Period. Don't be subjective with the information. Be as objective as you can, because when you use objectivity in the information that you have, you can use it as like not only a tool, but like, nigga, nobody can tell you shit when you are based in facts. Okay, like for example, I talk about like people that's around me, they don't eat the way that I eat. I eat clean, I eat pure. They don't like they make smart remarks, but when I start speaking on the information and start telling them what they're doing and how like I what they're doing, they ass get the oh feeling convicted. They get the oh you think you better, oh you act like you ain't eat this, oh no. It's the objective truth is that I'm doing something high vibrational and you're doing something low vibrational. If we was to say which one, if we were to weigh its value, my value would be better. And I'm not going to tell you it's not to make you feel good. Most people are subjective, especially black people. They ain't gonna like that you think that you're better than them. That's why a lot of people didn't like the way my chief was giving out the message, is because it was very cocky, it was very arrogant. But how could you not be arrogant when you are profound, when you are in fact God? And we're not separate from each other. We're all supposed to feel this. Like, you know what I mean? We all supposed to feel like we're
Yeah.
better than each other. Like, just to simply have our self-validation. Like, it's okay to validate yourself. This is why my chief, his whole entire motto is I love myself. You feel me? Because it's only self. It's only self. And you may externally think the people that's outside of you is separate from you, but they're not. They're just different versions of you. You know?
Well, no, some well, because I
It's self care time, guys. Check out Amora Sweets. Unwind in a serene oasis with their eucalyptus 8-ounce soy wax candle. It has a subtle, strong scent that can revive your senses. Handcrafted with pure essential oils, each flicker creates a tranquil atmosphere, perfect for a relaxing evening at home. Or you can also shop their soaps made with shea butter and coconut oil, which is excellent for hydrating your skin. Check out their website for their full offerings at amorasweets.square.site. This is a small business, guys, owned by a young adult. So let's go ahead and pour back into our community. You can also feel free to hit them up on IG at amoras_sweets.
was watching him a lot. Yo, Chief, I was looking into information a lot. I remember I started watching him because he looked like my dad.
For
Oh, you talking
real.
about?
For real.
Yo, I started watching him because he looked like my dad and he reminded me of my dad. And then he's saying some shit. And what I respect is that he keep pushing to put out his message. And I feel like God punishing me because I got inside of me where I'm like, you know what?
All right, y'all. So Avere's live stream pauses and then it ends, but she does come right back. But while we have this brief glitch break, I wanted to take a moment to take care of a few housekeeping items. The first is, have you already tapped in? AKA hit that like button for me one time. The second is, are you already subscribed to the channel? If not, please consider subscribing today. Be sure to set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I go live or add new content. Now let's continue.
In my reality, have you thought about that?
Yeah,
Because
I
that
know,
shit
but
say a lot about
it
you.
don't sound right me saying it. I can't say that. It don't feel right.
What do
But
you
I know
mean?
why.
Why?
I can't just say that. I can't just I don't know, it don't feel I don't know, I can't just say that, but it's for a reason. It was for a reason,
What do
but
you
I know
mean?
why.
Why?
I can't just say that. I can't just I don't know, it don't feel I don't know, I can't just say that, but it's for a reason. It was for a reason. And the shit's going on around me is for a reason. These motherfuckers is keeping tabs on me and shit, doing experiments and rituals and shit for a reason. These motherfuckers is trying to put drugs on me and get me hooked on certain shit to get me out the way for a fucking reason.
All
For a
right, all
reason.
right, all right, all right. Listen, listen. Remember. Don't let it. The shit that I say, hold on to it. Don't let it just go over your head. Like you gotta really tie this shit together, especially what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Remember, I
Yeah.
told you nothing that you experiencing outside of you is separate from you. So
Huh?
let that sink in.
Say it
All
again.
this,
Nothing I'm experiencing outside of me is what?
so everything that you experiencing outside of you says
Yeah.
everything about what's going on inside of you.
Yeah.
So I want
I'm
you to collectively really start seeking why your mind.
I'm at a crossroads right now.
Right, okay,
I
okay. So
made
now
a
we going
choice.
somewhere. Now we going
I
somewhere.
made a choice, but I made my choice. I picked my side, but I ain't all the way. I
Right.
wasn't all the way living it. Don't
Because you said that. You said that earlier, which makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So you see, you guys, bro. If you don't strive to be connected to the source, and then you got the information and you already know better, and you try to do what other motherfuckers is doing, you, oh boy,
I got too curious and I went down some roads that you probably if you probably shouldn't have went down, but I thought I was good because I just thought it was me. So I thought I was met, but I didn't dabbled in some shit and went too far and I started running into motherfuckers that's really on some shit and I'm like, oh, but then I'm to myself, I'm by myself, nigga, I'm 6'1", 150, nigga, I ain't no big ass nigga, nothing, out here on my own running into shit that you probably shouldn't be running into by yourself, let alone not being prayed up. But I was just curious and I wanted to learn everything, no matter if it was good or bad. Cause I felt like the best way to defeat your enemy is to know him.
right, and that's to know
So
yourself, right? Because the only enemy is you.
type,
You know what I mean? But I'm
yo,
gonna let
lower
you know
you.
right now, you came across the real one. God is here, Eligio Bishop. When God is here, Eligio Bishop. When you came across Nature Boy, you was supposed to get up on your shit, and you didn't, and it's still with you. So now you just trying to figure that shit out. But I told you, you came across me. You better receive these light codes. I told you. Get into the five sciences and actually start applying it into your life. Like, become a study addict. Like, just study and fill your mind with a bunch of information. If you want to, shit, I got a bunch of social medias. If you follow me on here, I'm gonna consistently work my way up into teaching the curriculums back on here. But even you can come through, Bill, and we can talk about the subjects that's in the five sciences. But you need the five sciences. If you was to apply the five sciences within your mind, you can literally use that as a weapon for all the shit that you observing and experiencing. It would literally help you become one with your very own existence. If you were to literally, I'm talking about literally understand, really internalize what the fuck the five sciences is. That's the only thing that's gonna heal you and help you and lead you back onto the road to the source. Really, when you came across my chief, you came across the real one. You feel me? You better get in tune, because right now we all getting tested. Right now we all getting tested. And if you know something everybody else don't know, and you not saying nothing, you doing the wrong thing. And internally, cosmically, that's not gonna serve you well, God. You gonna be dealing with demons. You gonna be fighting demons. Trust me. I made a lot of mistakes on this journey. I'm still fucking up sometimes. You feel me? Peace to the guys and the goddesses in the building. I appreciate you guys. I don't.
Yeah,
You
man,
heard
I'm
me?
hearing you. I'm hearing you.
No, I'm
Shit,
telling
loud
you.
and clear.
That's gonna be your weapon. It's gonna protect you from all that. If you get into the downloads, you get into the five sciences, start studying your astrology so you can know your mind. No, for real. Because if you dealing with shit like that, you wanna identify certain entities. Like, it sounds like you literally fighting your own demons.
I didn't let in. Yo, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up for real. Like for real. And
I
it's
don't even
like
like that. I don't even like
I
hearing that inside my reality. Like, I don't even want to hear that.
I know I ain't even gonna say that shit no more. I'm just keeping it straight up. Like, cause I ain't gonna sit here and say this shit to just be talking, just saying this shit, motherfuckers.
No, I hear
I'm not.
you.
But it's like, yeah, like shit. I definitely was playing with fire and then tried to come back and was like, hold up, and found a stopping point right before you slip. Right before you slip all the way into that darkness shit. I'm like, all right, nah, I fought for my life type
Mm,
shit. But then it's kind of like that monkey still on my back. And it's like, you want to come over here. And it's
right.
like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. That's not what I want. That's not who I choose. That's not what I choose. Like, I'm good. And it's like, yeah. So right now I need to, like you saying, I need these downloads to all the way be right. Cause right now I wouldn't be accepted in. Cause it's like, you one of us, but you was the one of us that strayed a little too far. You got some right and your wrongs to do first before you can kick it with us.
God
We a little
damn.
bit, we a little bit more clean and more pure than you
Uh,
type shit.
this crazy. Oh, my reality crazy. God speaks to me. Damn, that shit crazy. You not off. You feel me? You not far from the truth. Keep going. Keep going. Keep seeking yourself. Don't, like I said, if you know some shit, use it. Don't stray away from it. Cause I mean, honestly, I could. Damn, that's crazy. I'm convicting myself right now. I can relate. I can relate for the simple fact that I haven't intentionally tried my very best to be consistent on my path. Cause for some reason I'm like really egotistical. Like, I feel like a Leia already knows it. Like, I feel like a Veer already knows it. I feel like I already know how I am, and I play upon that. And we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that. We supposed to give it the best
Yeah.
that we got, even when we don't want to. You feel me? And it's like the knowledge always with me. but I could make so much more out of it only if I chose to. You feel me? And that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're not a light for no reason. You feel me? You don't got the information for no reason. That's crazy. Oh my God. Because it's
Like,
registering with me right now. like, um,
nah, for real. That's what I'm saying. Like I know who I run into for real. And you have a more satisfaction in that light than I did. That's why I got a little curious and like, what the fuck's really going on out here? Like, I didn't have that same enjoyment and satisfaction when I was in that light, because I was in that light by myself, and I
mm,
usually just received a lot of bullshit. And so, you know,
mm,
I tried to chase the satisfaction somewhere else, do something else, and got lost for
mm,
real. And then right as it was about to be over, because I didn't did some shit where it's like the darkness is right there. I'm looking at them. Like, I'm here. Like, all I had to do was, and it's crazy, because the devil worked crazy as fuck. By the time you get close enough to him to really see him, you almost want to be on that side, because you was the one who walked down the path to get close to him in the first place. He don't
mm,
Devil ain't gonna go looking for you. He gonna let you come to him, and he just gonna put little temptations and put little shit out in life and shit, and see if you take the bait. When you walk down that road, you go down that road yourself. He don't chase you, he ain't forcing you, because it's your own will. He's not allowed to do that. He's not allowed to do that. So he move real. That's why they call him a snake. When I say snake, because a snake is, how snakes slither left and right. That's how motherfuckers live. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and then when this work, and then this, and then I'm gonna do that, and then oh damn, that didn't work. All right, so I'm gonna do this. You snaky. You always plotting. You always trying to come up with some scheme, come up with some plan, this, that, and the third. So when I try to turn around, like, nah, this ain't it for me. Nah, this ain't it. It's kind of like, nah, nigga, this what you wanted, right? Like, and I'm like, nah, this ain't what I wanted. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to know the truth. But I didn't know the risk it was gonna come with doing the shit that I did, going through the shit that I done been through. Like, I'm just thinking I'm just young, trying to figure out life type shit. But
mm.
motherfuckers is not doing the shit that I was doing. And
But
it's
then again,
like,
oh my God, but that's the path. That's the journey. When you, for one, when you destined for certain light codes, and when you really here for with a purpose, and when God has placed a purpose upon you, you gotta understand that devil that you talking about, that ain't nothing but your lower self, bro. You are God and the devil. You feel
that's
me?
exactly who
God,
he is.
God is playing the devil on himself to reveal himself. Literally, God is the devil, right? And ultimately, this is your lower self, right? You can indulge into your lower self as much as you would like to. As much as you can indulge into your higher self as much as you would like to. But ultimately, this is all you. This is all you playing tricks on your fucking self. Literally, you can conform to it. You can conform to your lower self.
Nah, there is two sides. There is two sides, and they not the same. They is
But
not the same.
you can't. But
They
you can't.
really.
You can't get rid of that though, because it's a part of the journey. You gonna have to merge your lower self with your higher self to become your most balanced self. Motherfuckers like us gonna have to experience hell in order to receive heaven. Understand?
Shit.
Like, you think you just about to go to heaven and just you know what the kingdom is if you ain't experienced what hell is? And these is all
Shit.
realms. These are all mental realms. You feel me? You got your lower self, your higher self, your positive self, your negative self. Your most, the masculine you, the feminine you. You feel me? These are all energies that we choose to toy with. Understand? But in order to master yourself, in order to know yourself, you must go through hell, heaven, and come to understanding. Literally. And once you realize that it all resides inside of you, all that shit is you. You are God in your life. You're playing God in your life. You're playing the devil in your life. And you're also playing the mutual God. You feel me?
Yeah. Nah, I
It's
see
all
that shit.
mentalism. You just gotta, we just gotta objectively know what this shit is, because it's facts. We can talk about it and feel it all the time. Like, we can be subjective all we want, but at the end of the day, based on our experiences, we can literally be objective with what's happening in the now. Like, we can be, in order to bring truth, you have to find the objectivity. Like, you have to find the objectivity in things if you want to find the truth. Join the call, be sure. We're having fun.
I feel like, damn, see,
But
now you
these a
about to
bunch
get
of,
me to like,
I ain't gonna let a bunch of men up like this. But
I guess well, let's see what this is though.
peace,
Hello,
God.
you
How are
Shit,
said
I
you?
got a lot I could say,
I heard a piece of what you
but I'm
said. You
trying to
said
get
you
my
are God
words
on
right.
your own. Are you trying to say you don't believe that there is God?
No, no one said that.
So what are you saying? Sorry.
Well, I know that God is here. I know God is.
God is what?
God
That
is.
shit's
God
crazy.
simply is.
This shit don't never stop.
Wow. Well, we all know that nothing just comes into existence, you know. Every creation has a creator.
No, that is actually, in fact, what God is. There's no beginning or no end. God is. The
Yeah,
simple, and
God doesn't
that's
have a
just that.
beginning.
There's no
Yeah, I feel you.
creator. The creation
Yeah.
is God.
No, we are the creation.
No, the creation is God. There's no separation. God cannot and will not be separate from his creation. That doesn't even make objective sense. That if you were to think, like, if you were to
But that's why
objectively
it's not
think,
about
that's
it's not about being
impossible.
objective. It's not about being objective. It cannot be something we can think about or understand. His ways and our ways. It's beyond the physical. It's a spiritual understanding.
Right.
Do
And
you,
that whole entire concept itself is God. And that's all I'm saying.
well, I can agree with you on just one thing. God created us in his image. Do you understand that?
In a way, we
In
are
a
God's
way?
image.
No,
Yes.
that's what the Bible says. Do you believe in the Bible?
Not in a likeness. We are fractal pieces of God. We are
That's the
fractal
likeness of God.
projections. We are fractal projections of God's mind. Do you know that? Do you know that God is here?
Yeah, I believe that.
Okay, then. That's awesome. Davion, you was saying something. His camera went out.
But are you a Christian? Do you go to church?
No, I'm not a religious person.
I thought as much. I thought so.
No, I'm not a religious person. I'm a
I don't.
person.
I'm not asking you to be. I'm not asking you to be. You don't even need to be a religious person. You don't need to be a Christian. You don't need to go to church. You don't need to do all this stuff. Because religion in this world now is just politics, and nobody's doing. There's a lot of people that actually call themselves and not called by God. You know, so What I'm just gonna say is ask God to show Himself to you. Like,
I know
believe me,
God. I know God. God has
really.
revealed himself to me. God is here. Christ is here. I'm a disciple of Christ. I am the a real follower of Christ. I know God. God is here.
Wow, really.
Yes,
Can
absolutely.
you explain? Can you explain better to me, please?
Okay. Oh, I knew this time would come.
What do you mean?
No, because this is actually what I do. I proclaim the kingdom of God. That's my whole purpose. I don't
Oh,
work a job. I don't do normal things most people do. I literally just I try to broadcast the information about God as much as I can. So now that I'm presented with this opportunity, I'm trying to gather how I'm going to word everything. So do you know
beautiful.
where the idea or where the character Jesus Christ derives from? Do you know where that came from?
The character.
Yeah, it was a character in the book, right? It was a,
No, I don't.
you don't know the character?
When you say character, I don't know. I don't understand what you mean.
So are you
Are you saying Jesus?
familiar?
Jesus is not real?
No, Christ is in fact real, but I'm trying to see where you are with the uh with the guy named what, Jesus Christ. You call him Jesus Christ, or do you call him Jesus Christ?
Yeshua, that's his name, yeah?
So you know about Yeshua, right?
Yeah.
Right. So do you know, okay, so how connected are you with Christ? What do you know about Christ?
Well, in summary, long story short, I believe Christ is the physical manifestation and representation of God on earth.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That's
That's
right.
yeah. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
And
cool.
do you know um do you know who he came to speak to?
Who Christ came to speak to?
Do you know?
He came to speak to the sinners, yeah?
To the sinners?
Yeah. And that's everybody.
I mean, well, I mean, I guess that's safe to say. It essentially is everyone, because everyone is oppressed
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
marginalized. But Christ came to speak to the most marginalized and oppressed people, right?
yeah,
You know that he was crucified in the book, right?
yeah, yeah,
You know that he resurrected, right?
yeah,
And you know that he revealed himself to be the vessel, to be the one to bring the mind of God to everyone, right?
yep,
So that figure, that um character actually exists today. Are you following me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, and who I'm referring to is Eligio Bishop. Eligio Bishop is the man that fulfilled the journey of Christ.
I don't understand. I'm lost. Who's
Okay.
this man? Who is he?
Okay, so you said you wanted to know God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling
Yeah.
you, God is here. And just as the Mosaic figure, Jesus Christ, the man who walked the path then, there is a man, as you would call him today, that is walking that very same path and has enlightened and has given the message to multiple people and continues to fulfill the alignment of Christ. He's here today. Eligio Bishop.
Where is he? Where is he? Is he in the U.S.?
Yes, he resides in the U.S. He's actually incarcerated in Macon County.
Wow.
Yeah. You know why? Do you want to ask questions? Do you want to be curious? Do you want to be intelligent? Do you want to ask questions?
Of course. I want to ask a lot of questions, like a billion questions right now.
Okay, so tell me, cause I have to bounce off of you. Okay, I have to bounce off of you.
Yeah.
Ask me questions.
So, how how did this person come about? Like, how did this person know that
Right. Okay.
he's
So I
like,
love that question. Great question. So Eligio Bishop had a very unfortunate upbringing. If you were to compare the stories of Christ and compare the story of Eligio Christ, it'd be very, very, very similar. Through his early years, he went through a stage of being unconscious like the most of us. But through his time of experiencing a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of oppression, just like the marginalized people he come to speak to, he experienced all of that. Anything that you can think of, from being put in foster care, from not having any parents, to being a black man in the system. Literally, he came from that, right? He built himself up. He went through trials and error through life and built himself up to be, I guess you would call, a civilized African American man, to where he owned his own business. He had his own, his own home, his own woman. You feel me? He had his children, all the typical stuff, right? But then
yeah,
in the early stages of 2012, his mind shifted to a paradigm to where, I don't know, this man was able to articulate everything that was flowing through him. Most of his information comes through intuition. Of course, he probably studied a bunch of different sources, but collectively he gathered all the information that was residing inside of him, came on camera, and just start speaking actual truth. The things that every single body deals with on an everyday basis. He articulated the truth in what we all experience. Understand? And he said, I'm going to let go. And when he let go, he became God. He connected with God. He literally went into nature. He went closer to the equator. And guess what? As he spoke the message and as gave himself to nature, people followed him. Why did people follow him? Because the ways that he had, the ways that he was, like the things he was showing people, was speaking to people's DNA, to where they know for a fact this is what we're supposed to be doing, just as Christ did. When you look at the walk of Jesus Christ, and how he had followers, He had followers because he had believers, people who believed in what he was doing with himself. Literally, my chief literally took back his own life and put it in nature's hands. He became one with God. Nature is God. The furthest thing that everyone is away from right now is nature. And nature is God. Nature is the sum of all things. Where are you right now? Do you know where you are? If you was to literally ask yourself where you are right now, you're nowhere. You're in the middle of fucking nowhere. And the source of that is nature. And Eligio Bishop connected back to that and told people, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. And ultimately, when I followed, guess what I found? God.
Wow.
And finding God, that only meant I found myself. I found the true me. I found God. I'm talking really, really loud right now.
Yeah. Wait. I'll
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
how it's crazy. I've never heard this before. I've never heard this
Hold
before.
on.
This is new.
BS.
This actually I've never heard, but I'm confused right now. Like I'm really confused right now.
All right, what are you confused
Uh,
about? Ask questions. Come on.
uh,
Y'all, I'm sorry if I'm scattered.
uh, okay. Now this person, how did this person come into this earth? Was it born of a man and a woman?
Physically and scientifically, we all derive from a man and a woman. But again, I forgot to tell you, man. He didn't just go to nature and have people follow him, but he collectively put together a whole curriculum, the 5 sciences. He put together a curriculum: astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, and grounding. All 5 of these subjects is the blueprint to understanding thy own self. Do you know knowledge of self? Something that the Egyptians studied back in the day. Okay, because
I
you
heard
asked
about it.
me, how did he get here, right? You asked me, how did he get here? Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you scientifically how everyone gets here. But if we was to really study the actuality of what's happening right now, when you got here, when you fucking got here, how did you get here? Your consciousness, your light literally just turned on. It popped up. And we can study this action through quantum physics on how beings become physical living organisms. It's science, and it's profound. It's so profound that it leads scientists back to God, because this is in fact entirely what God is. We are experiencing God right now. We are in God right now.
Wow.
It cosmically, biologically, physically, and mentally.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
who's the devil? We went over this already. God is the devil. God is the sum of all
What?
things, both pure and evil.
So you're
God is
saying God is the devil now?
God is not, oh my God. God isn't separate from anything. God is. God is the devil. And the devil is God. Just like,
Wow.
okay, you see how there's bad and good? There's only
Yeah.
good because there's bad. And there's only bad
Mm.
because there's good. Do you know what polarity is? Do you know what
They can
duality is?
never be. They can
These
never be
things are
bad if there's
real.
no good.
Huh?
There can never be bad if there's no good.
There can never be bad if there's no good.
Yeah. You can't say something is good if bad doesn't exist.
Exactly. The same thing with God and the devil. Positive and negative, masculine and feminine. These are collectively one thing serving multiple purposes, but entirely it is collectively one thing. Just like, for example, you have a human body, right?
Yeah.
And it's one human body, but collectively
Mm-hmm.
it serves. Your mouth do something completely different than your toes. Your toes do something completely different from your eyes. It's there's, I don't know, we attach ourselves to subjectivity and we want to make it seem like, okay, God can't be the devil, but understand it will not exist without the other.
Mm.
You feel me? It's all collectively one thing with different purposes.
Wow. Wow.
He said, but
Wow.
see, here's the
Oh.
thing, here's the difference. God has no worshipers. Flute, you sound subjective. You sound like you're in your feelings. You sound like you got a bunch of emotions attached to worshiping, the idea of worshiping. Flute, you need to be worshipped. Like, you need to be worshipped. Like, we are supposed to worship every fucking thing. We are supposed to worship everything, the ground, the everything that you see. You are supposed to worship everything. Do you not know this is God? You are experiencing God's mind right now. How do you not worship the ground you walk on? How do you not worship the things that go inside your body to feed all 150 trillion cells in your body? Let alone the black man. Ooh, I want to worship the black man so bad. I want to worship the black woman so bad. They deserve it. They're the head of this fucking planet. What do you mean? They're the founders of human beings. Why wouldn't you want to not worship a black man? Especially in the condition that he's in. Like you sound subjective. You feel me? You are God. I am God. We are all supposed to be worshipped. If you going off of the book, the text, man, that's crazy if you are.
Wow.
You guys, I really enjoyed this though. I really did.
I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. I'm so speechless right now.
Well,
I got a lot of shit I could say. I don't even know where to start.
go ahead. Feel free. Feel free.
Nah, it ain't my time to talk. I'm listening.
I
I'm
don't
just
want to be
listening.
worshipped. I want to be inspiration as God. Okay, let's come on. All right. This is what I'm going to do for you. And for you not to, man, for you not to worship anything is for you not to worship yourself. And that's the moral of the story. The moral of the story, if you can't worship something outside of you, you can't worship nothing within you. And if you can't worship nothing within you, you truly don't cherish or know who you are and what you are. Because if
Oh,
you
say
knew
that again.
what you are, if you knew what you are, if you knew how profound you are, if you knew exactly what you are, you would naturally worship everything around you, including yourself. Like, the feeling or expression of reverence and adore. Okay, the meaning, the definition of worship means the feeling or expression of reverence and I'm saying this word wrong, adoration, like to adore something for a deity. Now, if I'm telling you collectively as one, this is God, and you're supposed to worship God, and if you don't feel like you need to give any reverence, or if you don't fucking adore God, you're going to feel like you don't want to worship nothing. You have a negative connotation towards worship. The word worship has you in this subjective little box. Worship, the word worship, you're taking worship like what you see all on the movies and shit, the praise and the worship, that false narrative, you're putting that energy on the word worship, because that's not, like, nothing's wrong with worshiping, especially if you're giving reverence to your existence. It's you. Nothing's outside of you.
Wow. So, what happens when we die? What happens? What exactly happens when we die?
Energy cannot die, it can only be transformed to one state to the next. It's a scientific fact. Your body, your flesh, yes, it may dissipate. But as far as mind, all is mental. When you are absent from your flesh, that does not change the element of energy. You still are part of energy, consciousness. This is where, light forms. This is where thought forms. In the Bible, it said, in the beginning was light, or in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Well, words formulate through thought. In order to exist, to experience a life, you have to have thought. When you transition from here, your mind, your consciousness, your thoughts is going to transcend to wherever you left off consciously. You are going to ascend to that vibration again. And this happens over and over in order for you to reveal who you are. You're experiencing this over and over again to understand what you are and what this is. I'm feeding that boy on mine right now. I don't know if that was a little too over you guys' heads, but yeah, we don't die. We transcend. We have, we put a lot of subjectivity upon words. Like, we attach our own feelings to words, and we don't use words correctly. But don't you believe in science? Yes, I do believe in science. Where did I say to disregard science? I've been on here for a little minute.
You have a very clear way of teaching.
Thank you. I honestly be feeling like I be scattered and all over the place. I got a lot of third house energy, so
Nah, you're not as scattering as much as listening to you from the outside.
that's because your ass been on, you probably trying to attract the light back to you, so it's registering. If your mind is already in a space of wanting to understand, you're going to be able to receive it. You feel me? Whether, it don't matter how I say it, God gonna let you hear it regardless. just because your mind is ready for it, you know?
It's yeah. I'm but when I meant by a clear way, it's a way you gotta let these people know, and and by the way you articulate yourself, you have a very clear way to where you could communicate this to somebody who has no idea. You can communicate this to a child almost. That's good.
Mm,
That's good as fuck. Like, cause
mm,
that it's a balance. Everybody ain't where you at, but you have an understanding of that to where you can kind of come back and kind of yeah, you have a good will. You have a good will. That's why I was listening. Come like I like the way she's articulating it. You know, it ain't too strong on the ears for
right.
somebody. Some words you still say, some sentences is a little too strong to where like the average Joe ain't gonna catch what you saying. But for the most part, you got it, type shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that shit, cause in my mind, I be like, damn, I be thinking I be speaking a whole different language and like motherfuckers
Yeah.
not hearing me. But I actually heard that compliment before, like, oh, you can speak the information very clearly in simple form, and I'm like, really? For some reason, it doesn't sound like that to me. But I'm glad, I'm glad
That's so
certain
crazy.
people.
Have you checked out our new merch? Support the Medaya movement, where comfort is our main goal. Let your wardrobe be a reflection of your finesse and personal flair. With every thread woven with care, our apparel is designed to not just look great, but feel great too. We believe in celebrating every body type with our diverse range of stylish, high-quality clothing. We are not just selling merch, we're curating confidence, ensuring you step out in style every single day. Experience the blend of fashion-forward trends and timeless classics in our collections. And with our inclusive sizing, you'll find the perfect fit that makes you feel confident and fabulous. Embrace the Medaya movement experience today. Shop now. The link is in the bio.
People can receive it that way. Flu, you want to come up here, God? All right. I'm gonna let you come up here, but please don't try to debate, refute, or don't say nothing ill about my chief.
Let it be whatever it be. Shit.
Peace, God.
Greetings. Now, I'm going to keep it real respectful with you. Like I said, I'm not that type of person that's going to disrespect you or call you out your name or any of that stuff. You dig? I've been rocking. I've actually been following the whole story for over seven years. So I know my stuff. I know my
You
thing.
know what exactly?
So
All
we're dealing.
right.
Huh? I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't hear you. You cutting out.
Say that.
You cutting out. I can't hear you.
You breaking up a little bit. Hold up.
Yeah, it's cutting out a little bit.
Can y'all hear me better?
You
A
coming
little
through?
Is
bit.
it coming in? Okay. Yeah, I had to connect my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi disconnects a couple. It's been doing that. I've been in another area, but so getting back to what I was saying was I've been following the whole thing for over 7 years. So I've kind of
What whole thing?
seen
What do you mean whole
just
thing?
I'm just talking about as far as your movement.
Are
I've
you
been
talking
I've
about
been
the
seeing every.
information, or are you talking about my chief?
Yeah, exactly.
Which
What?
one? Which one is
But
it? The information or my chief?
so I know y'all teach the five sciences: astrology, grounding, quantum physics, melanin, and grounding. I mean, in biology.
Right. So
I
have
know,
you
I
been
know.
following the information or have you been following my chief?
I've been following both. That's what I'm saying. I've been following all everything.
But hold up, now I want to
So
see where you're going with this.
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So ultimately, what I'm saying is my from my understanding, I think that a lot of the stuff is useful when it comes down to grounding and doing all of that stuff. The only big issue that I really see is what we're kind of having this dialogue about. And that's why, again, I said that you follow when it comes down to science. When in science we use math, we use multiplication, and
Go ahead.
okay. So my point is, if we're going off, if we're talking about energy now, I think that all energy can be equal. And when we're talking about worshiping, I'm breaking it down philosophically. Like, I don't think that there's one value. Nobody should have a higher value over another person. I don't feel that you are, higher than me, and I don't feel that that nobody can be higher than that person. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I think that
in a
we
sense,
all
you are right. In a sense, you are right. But do you know about polarity?
okay. Give me your definition of polarity.
You
Let
can
me
pull
hear
up
it.
polarity.
Okay. See, I'm willing to hear. I'm willing to build with you. I'm not trying to call you out on your name or any of that stuff. I'm always. I'm real understanding.
Okay. The property of having poles or being polar, it exhibits polarity when presented to a magnetic needle. The state of having two opposites are contradictory. So you've heard of the expression opposites attract, right?
That is true. That's really correct.
So when it
Keep
comes
going.
to
I don't want
energy,
to cut you off.
when it
Go
comes to
ahead.
energy, and when
Hmm.
it comes to attraction and the things we engage with, it's not rather we think or believe that we're better than, right? Because it's mathematics that's happening, it's vibration that's happening. Like for example, like two, okay, oh my god, okay, so two things can't, oh my god, how do I want to put this? Because two things can be different and create a whole different magnetic field. So if that's possible, how could it ever be equal? If that's how energy works, if polarity exists, if opposites attract, and you have two different things coming together because they're different, how does it make it equal? Do you know what I'm trying to say? How could it possibly
Right.
be equal if they only attracted each other through their differences?
Well, the different. Hold up. I'm about to say they would be equal because the opposite is always going to be valued as the same thing.
And that's
It
why
would
I
be
said,
the
right? And that's
yeah.
why I said you are right in a sense. You are
Uh
right
huh.
in a sense for the simple fact that guess what? Nothing's fucking separate from you. It is you. It's you. How can you say you're
Exactly.
better
So
than
here's
you
my
when it's
thing.
you? But we have
Exactly.
to,
So my thing is like, if it is me, then why am I worshiping something outside? If
it's not that you're worshiping something outside of you. It's not okay. So if you, okay, for example, oh my god, how do I put this?
see, I got some deep questions for you. I got you got to admit, I got some good questions.
So how do I break this down? It's not that okay, so it's just like, oh my god, it's just like your imperfections. And oh my god, okay, no, now that's going to be too deep. How do I'm trying to put this in simple form. I'm trying to put this in
You
simple
See,
had
that's
it.
my
You had
thing,
it the
yo.
first way.
I feel like this, yo. When it comes down to it, I think, and this is all I'm trying to say. I think all of the knowledge is real cool and everything. I just have problems with the leader, and that's it. But that doesn't make that I'm not gonna discredit everything that is being said. I think that we just shouldn't be following.
It's a part of you. It's a part of
Mm-hmm.
you inside of you who is not willing to accept that accept it's something inside of you that's not allowing you to accept how amazing and profound you are. Cause that's all with you telling me that and saying that is showing me that you are in resistance when it comes to surrendering to God. And if you can't if you are far away from yourself, you're far away from yourself because you can't even fathom doing something like that, could you?
Well, that's the thing. It's like when it comes down to it, is I'm always down when it comes down to giving everybody their credit and all of that. Like I say, this ain't no bashing thing. But what I'm saying is more so I just don't want to feel like I should have people bowing down to me. I want people to be able to rise up with me and be able to work as a team effort, you know? And that's all I'm saying. Like, we should all come together. If you're ever in need and this person ever is in need, we all got to
And
unite
you
as
you
one.
that saying to me is I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why that's there unconsciously,
Uh-huh.
but out of
I just don't think that God has followers or worshipers, not followers, but I say worshipers. That's all I'm gonna say. I do believe that we are God, but I just don't think that I think that everything will be one.
yeah,
You know, we're
I'm not
all.
I'm not going to be the person to try to debate that with you because I mean, if you internalized and you actually
Mhm.
understood the concept of what God is, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So I'm gonna just, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just going to allow you to experience more life. So, and hope eventually that you receive more information. But something's letting me, I also can tell you're very subjective. You're very subjective. A lot of melanated people are very subjective. But if we was to implement objectivity,
What's your what? Okay, give me your definition of how I'm subjective. I
because
just
you
want to hear it.
you you feel
I
like
got my
you
2 cents
shouldn't
on
be
it.
worshiped. You feel as if other people should be like equal or same to you when all of that is just a subjective idea of how you perceive how you want to see shit. When actuality, it's only fucking you in this, it's only you.
My phone back up.
So just the
Right,
simple
right.
fact that you can't accept another person, which is essentially you worshiping you, or seeing another projection of you worship something else, is crazy to me. It's never been that serious to give honor to something that is a part of your very existence. What makes you
Right.
Okay, guys, so her live glitches out and it does not recover. Thank you all for tuning in. Guys, please be sure to drop me some comments, smash that like button, and share, share, share. Replay gang, I am talking to you as well. Let's congregate in the comments. Bush babies, I still see y'all in the analytics. Y'all keep coming back to the channel and viewing, but you're not subscribed. That doesn't make any type of sense. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing today. Be sure to set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I go live or add new content. And to all of my day ones, my OGs, my ride or dies, y'all already know what it is. Big up yourself. We in the building with it. Until next time, guys, I'm out of here.
Fucking karma. So a bitch would be in there for something they didn't do. For karma, they paying off from something shit they did. Ain't no mistakes, bitch. You right where you supposed to be.
To the remaining members, I hope you free your mind. Life without parole, that's a mighty long time. A reason to feel bad is gonna be hard to find, especially for a nigga who record his own crime. Ocean breeze and palm trees is what he sold it as. Disease and false prophecy is what came to pass. No time to critically think, you're moving too fast. Bald head looking like who cut the grass. One significant factor I think is really funny is how you speak out against jaws but want all the money. Playing God ended you as the ultimate dummy. It's a rap for the three, nickname that boy the mummy. 030124, my favorite day. The citizens of the cab, man, they ain't come to play. Now your Messiah will never see the light of day. If Babylon is so bad, how long you plan to stay?
What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone.
We committed an act of revolutionary suicide.
Your only chance to evacuate is to leave with us.
Ha! 1, 2, karma came for you. 3, 4, police knocked down the door. 5, 6, you was scared in a bitch. 7, 8, Georgia sealed your fate, nigga.